navigation charts. I'm to think April 1982. The Argies have landed on the Falklands and helped themselves to what little remains of the British Empire. Thatcher is outraged and has dispatched a task force to reclaim her belongings. As a sizable chunk of the Royal Navy steams south, the Argies have a couple of weeks to lay a trap or two, and for that they'll need new friends. In Paris, of course, these people do things in style. They breed wonderful polo players and they're in love with speed. Put an Argie pilot in a fast jet and sell him a decent missile, and any navy on Earth would be in trouble. This is the South Atlantic in midwinter. The Brits have been at sea for weeks already, and in any case they've never taken foreigners seriously. That might turn out to have been a mistake. How come? Because we had an interest in making it hard for the Brits. We? Us, les Français. Are we talking reality? The Grand Cru is delicious. This stuff actually happened? Of course. How do I know? You don't. First you have to believe me. Then we have to make everyone else believe it too. We're talking audience. Backers first. You haven't lined up the finance? Not yet. And that's why you're here? You think me on board will make a difference? Enora Andressen? The Enora Andressen, I know it will. And by tomorrow, with you attached, I'm meeting a bunch of backers. This town is full of money that doesn't know what to do with itself. COVID has killed production. The cupboard's empty. Remy's right. The week the BBC started to run repeats of Dad's Army was the week the nation rediscovered reading. So, what happens in this series of yours? Happened, chérie. Fact, the Argies have representation in Paris. They fly French aircraft, have done for a while. They think the world of the super-étendard, and they adore the Mirage 3. Strap on a French missile, a surface skimmer, and no Brit matelot will ever lay eyes on them. We're talking fire and forget. You're an Argie pilot, heading for the task force. You're flying low. You release at 70 kilometers out, and then turn for home. The Brit radar sets see nothing, no trace, until our little exocet baby's 6,000 meters away. At those speeds, you've got less than a minute to react. Bam! He drives his big fist into his open palm. Sweet dreams. I was born in 1977, and I have the dimmest memory of watching news footage as a child on our family TV in Brittany. A British warship was wallowing somewhere in the South Atlantic, her hull blackened and torn open, smoke curling out of the wound. At the time, it was my mother who turned the set off. When I asked why, she said that lots of men had died. HMS Sheffield, Remy confirms. An exocet did that, and a couple more sank a big container ship, which cost the Brits most of their helicopter lift. Later, the Argies fired one at a destroyer, big hole towards the stern. By then, the Brits knew they had a problem. And the French? Us? We loved it. This was the first time the skimmers had been used in anger. Half the world was watching. You can't buy an advert like that. Horrible. I reached for my wine glass. So, where do I belong in all this? Remy fingers his glass for a moment, then gestures me closer, as if someone might be listening. I've been aware since I stepped aboard that something is different about him, and now I realise what it is. He's obviously tired, as he should be after sailing single-handed through the night. But he's nervous, too. A little brittle round the edges. I've never known him bite his nails before. Just the lightest damage around both broad thumbs, and the battered Nike Air Zoom on his left foot appears to have developed a life of its own. Remy, for me, has always been nerveless, the embodiment of directorial calm. But something or someone has got at him. I can see it in his